We're ever coming back to get her.
So now I think I've got everything going. I'm not positive. I gotta double check and make sure.
Take your time.
There we go. Yeah, YouTube's popped on now, so we got YouTube up, and I got you guys on the pop out so that it's not showing the Discord stuff on there. All right, so we finally have the stream over again. I want to apologize about my first mix on there. That wasn't really all that great. It's something I had to work on, but I finally did get some more content and everything going. So the next one should be better. But I had to work on that one. I had a bunch of old stuff that I was using from the past, so I did a little bit of a mix there. So I pulled together some questions for you too, and a couple of them are pretty good. Like that was some interesting music I heard there, Austin.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
That was.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I had to mix it though too, so putting. Well, there he goes.
Oh.
We lost him.
Here he comes. He's coming back.
We'll get him.
I'm hoping our power doesn't go out here. It's looking kind of. Like I said, these wires got a lot of snow on them.
Yeah.
It might cause some issues, but right now we've been good here so far.
Well, I know that it started doing the rain and everything for us just a little while ago, so it's getting pretty out of hand. Like here, it's really getting out of hand. So.
Well, we had the snow start about two-ish, and it just got heavier and heavier.
It's really
and like I said, now the snow's went away. It's got this icy, rainy stuff now. So, and we've got looks like a couple inches of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that I got everything up and running, I'll just say that welcome to the after show, guys. This is Austin Todd, the guy on the left for me. I guess it'd be the right for you, but I don't understand how all that works. But anyhow,
yeah.
Before we get started on any questions and everything, I want to thank you, Austin, for allowing us to use your music and everything and showcase it
no problem.
on the stream. And it's my first one, so I really appreciate that. So, what do you guys think about the name? Do you like the G-Spot mix?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so that does sound good.
Yeah, that's. Well, it's called the G-Spot mix.
Yeah, I call it the G-Spot mix.
Yeah, I like it all right. Yeah, that's not bad. It's pretty not very family friendly, but.
Well, I mean, it's like.
Did you get that name?
Did you hear some of the music I put on there, man? That stuff wasn't really.
Oh yeah.
That stuff wasn't really friendly, family friendly.
No, my stuff. A lot of my stuff isn't for sure, and some of the other stuff too wasn't.
Like freaking whenever I did that, there was some things I wanted to ask you questions about, and like with the songs and everything, kind of give us a little background on them, like what inspired you to write the songs and stuff, and give us a little background about it is basically what it is, Now, with that Lovesick, like what inspired you to make the song Lovesick?
It just kind of came to me one day. I was riffing on my guitar, and I came up with the opening riff for it, and then the words just followed. That was really how it happened.
It had a really had a good melody to it. I mean, it really did.
Thank you.
So
it just.
Go ahead. I'm tired of interrupting you, man.
Yeah, a lot of my ideas, I don't know where some of them come from. I'll just be riffing around on my guitar, I'll just be sitting around and stuff will just come to me, and that Lovesick was one of those. I mean, there is instances where things happen to me that inspire me to write certain songs, but a lot of times it just comes seemingly out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was wondering, if maybe you got out of a bad relationship or something like that.
No, it was about it. The song was about somebody becoming obsessed with somebody and stalking them, basically.
No, that was the second one that I wanted to talk to you about. That was the Celebrate Insanity, I believe that's how it said.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Celebrity.
just please tell me that that's not from personal experience. That was like just inspiration. Because I
Just inspiration.
Okay, good. That's all
Yeah.
I wanted to know.
It was about the insanity of celebrity culture, basically. Because it was off of that concept album Psychopathy, which covers insanity in all of its different forms.
Right.
We kind of get into that. I mean, kind of explain a little bit more on that too, because I thought it was kind of an interesting concept. Like on your, well, I guess it would be your brand or your watermark for the videos. I noticed down below you had kind of like blending words going into one another and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I thought that was
like
pretty
my
cool.
like my logo
Yeah.
for art.
Well,
So
yeah.
the project. What is it? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, that's what I was talking about.
Okay. Oh, okay. So the project is called Art, and it's after my initials, which are Austin Robert Todd. So my initials are Art. So this project is called Art, and that's the logo for it. I actually have the flag for it hanging up behind me here, if you can see it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, move it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Move your camera up.
Hold on, let me unplug my charger, and I'll stand up. And
Oh, you had just had it.
Yeah, be careful too.
Oh, perfect. Stop.
There you go.
Now, right
Yeah,
there. Right there.
There
Stop.
you go.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the flag I had made for it hanging up in my studio.
Awesome.
Yeah, you did that when you played a few times, right?
Yep. Yeah, and when I go out and play it live again, I'll take it out. I'll take it out and hang it up and front of my stage setup again.
Yeah, well, Austin designed it, and I had it. College Town. There was a T-shirt, a place called Moonshine, and they did stuff like that. You know,
That's pretty cool.
Flags and things like that too. But I don't think they're up there now. But yeah.
So
I think there's a sublimation place up there, but it's not the Moonshine now.
But it's a little different, now that we have the web and stuff too, because that was kind of before that, wasn't it? Gosh, it's been a while.
Yeah, it was before the internet really became a thing, because you can get online and have your own flags or whatnot with what I have, kind of design them yourself, and then somebody makes them and.
Yeah, like I forget some of the places, but we've done it with tablecloths and stuff like that. With diversity affairs we had on them, but
like sublimation.
Yeah, but we did do yours on a computer, and we had to work with it a little to get the size right, but it wasn't as involved as everything is now.
Now, getting back to the song. It's hard for me to say. Celebrate Sanity.
Celebrate Sanity.
Yeah. Where did you get the inspiration for that? That is like, that's probably the one that really stuck out to me the most. Like, it's like really insane, dude.
Oh, do you mean like the word, the title of the song itself, or just the entire song?
Like the person you're depicting in the song, he sounds,
okay.
He sounds like a psychopath that's stalking down this Hollywood star, and he's gonna like steal her underwear and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was that. It was with that kind of. Again, that it was just something um, that was just something that came to me, and I think it may have came because Mom used to watch a lot of HLN. Remember that? Remember you
Alright.
watching that, Mom, where they'd have a lot of celebrity gossip and all that crap on there.
HLN. No, I watched like 48 Hours, but well, not back then though. What's HLN? The
It was like remember that news network? I think it was HLN. They had a lot of celebrity stories and stuff on there
Hollywood
about
Insider.
yeah,
Oh,
stuff like that. You
yeah.
used to watch some of that stuff, and there would be like
Right.
stories about people stalking celebrities and stuff. So I started thinking about, man, celebrity culture is completely fucking insane.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really
And
is.
yeah, so I took that idea for that concept kind of formed over time, and then as a result of that, I wound up fusing the words celebrity and insanity into one. That was the title. So celeb insanity is it's an fusion that I made up myself between the words celebrity and insanity.
I'll tell you, that was something else. I listened to that and I was like, oh my god, dude. Freaking please tell me this is all fictional. I mean, oh
Yeah,
my god.
it's fictional, but it's based on things that have actually happened to celebrities in the past.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, there's been a few of them killed. Well, you know, John
It's-
Lennon.
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, he's a perfect example.
Celine, I know you probably didn't get into her. Selena, she was that Hispanic.
Oh, wasn't it? What's her name? Not. It's not Celine, is it? It's
It was Celine, wasn't it?
yeah,
Or Selena?
yeah,
Yeah.
You're right.
she
Oh,
ended up.
yeah, I did watch that, and it was so terrible that her manager, right?
Yeah,
Oh
and
my God, I it was so awful. And her dad kind of was he was onto it, but not soon enough to save her.
yeah.
Oh,
And come to
yeah.
find out, George Lopez's mother was her manager, the one that killed Selena.
Oh, was that his mother?
Yeah.
Okay.
George Lopez's mother killed Selena?
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I didn't know
I didn't
that.
know that.
yeah.
Well, she
So
had issues, and she was insane. But
so she's sitting in prison now, I guess, still for that, or
no,
I really haven't kept up on it. I know what blew me away about the whole deal was when I found out George Lopez was her son. You know,
wow,
that,
oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
because I
no,
It
I
was
didn't
so
know that.
sad. She was so talented. I really liked her stuff. You know,
Mhm.
back in the 90s, wasn't it? It was so sad.
Yeah, I was growing up in Arizona at the time. We moved from Florida to Arizona, so I was around a lot of Hispanic girls, and like
Yeah.
that was the big deal, you know, with her getting killed like that. So
Right.
that's one
But
of
you know, it's usually somebody you know. It's not always a stranger like Phil Hartman. There's another, gosh, what a talent. And his
Mhm.
insane wife, Bryn, Brim,
I,
you know.
I still want to find out what uh, shows and movies she showed up on. Like they said, she was a B-rated actress, but I've yet to be able to find anything that she was on.
Oh, I didn't know how
What
much
was
she'd gotten into movies. I know her music was going really, just getting to be really, really popular. Um, yeah. And you know, I think Phil Hartman was going to do some movies or something too, something big that where his wife killed him.
yeah?
But
Saturday Night Live was just it's like a big stepping stone. So he was on his way off the stepping stone to something bigger, but
and speaking of music, he did the covers to America. He did album covers before he did Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
All right.
that's anyway. Back to your music.
So
What's about stalkers?
when you came out with Before They Were Legends, okay, what inspired you to do that one? I noticed Lonely Legend and They Were Legends kind of go a little together. If, in my opinion, they do. I didn't know if you did them at the same
Yeah,
time or what.
yeah, yeah. So Before They Were Legends is the first part, and then Lonely Legend.
Oh, we might have gotten a free spot there.
A little blip. Yeah.
Yeah, get him back on here in a second. He'll pop back in.
Yeah, I think he will. Well, hopefully. I'll be right back.
All right.
Is he coming back? I think he's coming
Yeah,
back.
he's coming back now. Boy, oh boy. He's trying to come back. Have patience with this guy. He'll be
Hold on,
all right. Yeah, give it a
I'm
second.
back again.
Yeah,
I'm just
we're still going good. It was just a little blip in the thing. So, if you want to,
oh, okay, yeah, it just
you can finish up. on the
okay.
question.
So okay, before They Were Legends was about the their childhoods and early adulthoods and how they got into wanting to become like rock stars or movie stars, and then Only Legend was after they became rock stars and movie stars, and they were lonely and addicted to drugs and ultimately died from it.
Sounds familiar.
So,
Common
yeah,
name
so
there.
and it kind of ties that those two songs also tie back to celeb insanity, the insanity of celebrity culture, and the insanity that it can drive people to.
Yeah.
So that was an aspect of psychopathy. I mean, I cover a lot of other different aspects of psychopathy on that album. There's a lot of different stories just like that one. That was just a snippet. And then, Lovesick was just about like somebody becoming obsessed with someone and stalking them. Not necessarily a celebrity.
Just like a female or a male. Well, I
Yeah.
guess since it was a male freaking singing, it would have to. I don't know.
I mean, I guess a girl could sing it too, because it was, I didn't really refer to one gender or another, so the lyrics were kind of, universal.
Yeah. The one thing I wanted to see too, like I went ahead and I added classic Mayans in between Lonely Legend and Dependency, because freaking I know I had to pull the Dependency and all that off of your channel and put it on the stream. So I figured I'd put the classic Mayans on there. Okay. Now what I want to know is that a preview to what you were putting on there with Birth and Life preview? Is that going to be something new coming out, or is that something you already did?
Classic Mayans is that's like a teaser for future album I'm working on.
Yeah.
Birth and Life preview was off an album I did in 2013 called Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
That was the opening track of it. I mean, the songs are kind of similar in some ways, but they weren't necessarily related to each other.
Okay, yeah, because see, I thought Birth and Life was actually the preview you were talking about, too, because it has preview at the end of it, so I didn't know for sure if it was something you was coming out with, or what was
Kind of
going
like
on.
no, it was, that's literally the title of the song, like somebody is on the other side, on a spiritual plane, getting ready to be born into Earth, and they see the life they're going to have flash before their eyes. It's like the opposite of a life review at the end of your life, like you have a life preview before your life begins.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
it does. It's pretty cool. So well thought out. Now, on Classic Mayans, where did you come up with all that? Was that from your history that we've been discussing about you're really into history and stuff?
Yeah. I'm a big history buff, so I've been working on writing historically themed songs. I mean, that's just one of many that I'm working on, and a handful that I've finished thus far. So when I do these streams with you in the future, down the road, I'll probably drop a teaser in
That'd be cool.
as yeah, that I'll try to drop one in every time if I have one, finished to drop. And I thought that was a really good intro as far as teasers for future albums kind of went.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you ever want to drop more than one, feel free to do so, because you're on my Discord channel and stuff. So, right there in that music thing, just freaking drop me a link or upload, whatever, download. And
Absolutely, yeah.
I'll add it.
No,
I'll add it to the shows, man, because, I mean, it's pretty good stuff. I mean, it really is. So,
thank you, man.
now, dependency. With me, I have personal experience in that area. You know what I'm saying? So,
No, yeah.
so,
I've heard some of your stories. I
I just basically wanted to get a little rundown on that and see what your take is on that, because I did find that one interesting too as well.
like what, as far as what inspired me to write it, or
Yeah, basically what was your inspiration and a little bit of background on it. Now, did you ever have problems with drugs and alcohol?
I mean, I did a lot of drugs and I drank a lot when I was younger and stuff, but I would never call myself dependent on it to where it was just totally destroying my life. But I did see a lot of people who just, when it came to partying, they just didn't have an off switch and they didn't know what to stay away from. My cousin Sam, who I've mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
a number of times, he was one that just, he didn't have an off switch and didn't know what to stay away from, and that was what got him. Now granted, I wrote the song years before he really got deep into drugs and dependent on them. So the weird thing about it, it was kind of like an instance where I had an idea come to me just based on all kinds of, alcohol and drug dependent people I had seen. And then it wound up coming true for me personally, with him down the road. Because you know how sometimes you'll hear like musicians say they'll write stuff that and at the time it won't be necessarily the case for them, but later on it'll come true. That was kind of That's kind of what happened with dependency.
Yeah,
I guess art imitates life, they say.
Yeah,
exactly.
I guess
that was
your dad. Like your dad, I don't know. Yeah, he was struggling with prescription.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, he was getting hooked on Vicodin pretty bad towards the end.
But he wasn't, I think, when you wrote that song, per se.
No, but it kind of started coming true not too long after that. He was another example of how that song kind of came true.
Now, like, I know you do your music and everything, but like, have you been around the environment as like going out and playing music in clubs and stuff like that, and being around people in the music area?
On and off throughout the years, yes, I have. I've played a number of bars and out around here where I live. I play open mic nights every chance I get. I played in a couple bands a number of years ago, briefly. So I've been in it on and off. But the bulk of my time is spent holed up down here in my studio, recording and writing stuff, and then more recently starting to interview and stream with
Yeah.
you.
That brings me to my next question. This is important too, because I've been listening to your music for like a day and a half now, 2 days. Um, is your studio soundproof?
No, no, I don't have it all
Okay.
soundproofed.
You better go
I don't have
apologize.
like all the yeah. It doesn't have all the padded walls and stuff.
You,
But
you,
you're for
I,
you can hear it like it's where you're at. You're not like an apartment. It's in a
oh
house.
no,
that's,
oh no. I mean, my neighbors can't hardly hear me because I went outside like with my speakers full blast and stuff, and because it's in a basement that's in ground,
uh-huh.
I think it muffles a lot of the sound.
That
Yeah.
But as far as my studio having like the padded walls
yeah.
that a professional studio would have, no, it doesn't. I'll actually scan around here. I'll just show you. It's brick walls.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. So
Well, being
It's
underground,
yeah,
it's a big deal. I mean, that helps out a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty soundproof.
yeah,
It's an older house,
yeah,
and then he's on a street, so there's the street noise, but it's not terrible. It's just pretty soundproof on its own, isn't it? That's pretty cool. That's what he looked for, I guess.
yeah,
Buying a house was a place.
yeah, yeah. I was back when I was house hunting. I was kind of looking for a house that had kind of a naturally soundproofed area, which an in-ground basement, would be a naturally.
The funny part is those synchronicities and stuff. Him and his fiance were looking for houses, and I was trying to help him a little, and his dad was too. But I saw this back. They had the magazines where you could look for houses,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw this house, and the price was really good, but it said it didn't have air conditioning. So I told Austin and her, I said, "Why don't you go look at it?" Because I said it's because it doesn't have air conditioning. The price is good. And but it was in Middletown, and so we didn't know much about Middletown, and we'd heard it was pretty bad up here, and it is in some areas. And they were like, "Well, we want to go look at it," and I was like, "Well, you might as well, because And
I just went to look at it to shut you up because you wouldn't get off.
well, that's what I said. I said if that house is what they say it is for that price, it's good. Because I took some real estate classes. I was going to go into it one time, so.
Yep.
They get up there, and they really, this house was really what they wanted, and so I think he took off. Where'd he go again?
He came
Oh, is
back.
Roger still there?
I'm still here. Yeah.
Are you? So we can't see your face.
I don't have my face.
You guys can't see my face.
So you can tell. Yeah, now I can. I said, so tell Roger
Oh.
when you got there, some stuff happened where it was kind of odd. Then you ended up getting this house, and it was just perfect, but. Yeah, there was the real estate agent wasn't there, and what happened? Remember that? What happened? And you guys,
Yeah.
nobody looked at it but you guys that day.
Yeah, the real estate agent that was supposed to be there, she didn't show up, and then so we just got our own agent to come in there and take us through the house and stuff.
Yeah, because you guys
And-
already had an agent you were looking at houses with. Yeah.
Yeah. So she came in and looked at it with us instead, and the people who were supposed to be in the bidding war with us got beat out by us because of that. So it was kind of weird how that played out, and I found it. So I found back to the original point. I found the natural, a naturally soundproofed area for,
Making your music it
Yeah.
just came together.
Yeah, it's weird how it kind of has a life of its own that way, because sometimes I look back on how I've accumulated all this equipment, and I found that this house with this basement with that's kind of naturally soundproofed, and it's just weird how the music had a life of its own and helped bring itself together around me.
Yeah.
Know.
That's means that it's supposed to be going in that direction. You know what I mean? So if it's all
Huh?
fitting together, don't fight it. It's
Oh
going.
no,
You know, it's
no, I
going
love
where.
it. I'm rolling right along with it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see where it goes.
I
And
think
and, and
it's hard to find a place that's soundproof like that because my basement, I have a basement, but I don't think it's quite that soundproof. You can hear stuff in my basement.
because your basement's not underground.
Yeah,
It's
like yours.
part of it's yeah, a good part of your basement's above ground, whereas mine's completely underground. So that
Yeah,
being underground is just a natural soundproofing.
Well, the fact that you found a basement that had no foundation problems is a miracle because there aren't too many basements out there that don't have some kind of issue with foundation, you know, with the
right.
walls and stuff. So that
Yeah,
right there was
that
a big
we
thing.
looked at more. Yeah, we looked at more houses than I could count. You know, when we were house hunting that had foundational issues. That was just about the number one thing. So I saw some places that would have been great to have had a studio in
Hmm.
if they hadn't had those major foundational issues.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, there was something else I did want to bring up to you, and I don't know for sure if it was in Guilty or if it was in Division or Diversion, but I could tell that you did it on purpose, and I want to call it an echo sound, but not really. It was like that off distance sound, like whenever you're in a parking garage or something. And
Oh, was it at the end of the song?
it was in the song too in some parts, but you kind of had that off sound where you were like in a freaking room where it could freaking sound, you know what I mean, have that echoing sound. And I was wondering, did you do that on purpose or did you like intentionally find an environment to where you could do that? And
Oh, you mean like the reverberation?
yeah, yeah, that's
I mean, yeah, I did. I added a lot of reverb to both of those songs. You know, to make everything sound bigger.
yeah. I was wondering that.
Because I
Now, did you like find locations to do it, or did you do it through your electronics?
through my electronics.
That's pretty good, being honest. Either way, it's good, but I just wanted to say that was pretty good because I noticed that and it's pretty smooth. That
Oh yeah, thank you.
you did that really well. So, um, on guilty, okay. Kind of tell us a little bit about your inspiration with that one, because that was a good one too. That one had a real nice mellow sound to it and everything. But I know there was more to it than just that. So, cause
Um, at the time I wrote that, which I wrote, actually, "Guilty's" a pretty old song. That's one of my older songs because I recorded a demo of it back in 2007, and then the version I gave to you, that was off my first album that I did in 2009. So that one's been around a while. At that time, I was really anti-religion. You know, I was listening to a lot of stuff like Marilyn Manson and
yeah,
satanic death metal and stuff. I was like, I was really against the church and religion and kind of ragging on, you know, people that were religious at that time in my life because I was being a rebel. You know, I'm really rebellious,
hmm,
and so that was kind of where you know, the I was talking about how too many people who were religious, they spent their entire lives in a state of perpetual guilt,
yeah,
you know, and stuff. So that was kind of what inspired me to write it at that time. Now, granted, since then, over the years, my views on religion have softened a lot. I don't hate Christianity and religious people like I did back then. You know,
yeah,
there's certainly a lot of truth and Christ's teachings in the Bible that I found since then. But I still hate it when people who claim, that Christ's teachings were based around love, they're judgmental and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
Did you like my little twist there? I noticed the look on your face when I called it mellow. I wanted to see what you.
It was kind of.
No,
it was kind of one of my heavier mellow songs.
No, it wasn't mellow at all, not whatsoever. I was just trying to get a reaction out of you for that, because there is nothing mellow about that song whatsoever. It's pretty hard. I mean, so.
Yeah, that was one of my one of my favorites among a lot of my friends and stuff back in the days I played my songs for. Guilty was kind of one of my hits back in those days, so to speak.
Well, it's good to know that you've gone through a lot of different outlooks on it and everything. Because I think that's something that all of us when we were younger had issue with. Like, I had my issues with God too, and as I got older, I just kind of mellowed out. I think it was, there was something in me that finally just started clicking, and it was like, man, there's just too much hate. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I'm the same way with you about people who are hypocrites. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say, you can't say love and then freaking talk hate. It's two contradictory things. So I have an issue with that too. But I also been the type of person that mellowed out a lot over the years about it too. So I can relate to you on that.
Oh yeah. That's my story. My story to a T. I was almost militant about it back in those days, and now I've mellowed out quite a bit.
Yeah.
By comparison, my old self from back in those days would hate my new self today. If I was to meet my 20-year-old self, huh?
As you develop, you see how you've developed as a person,
Yeah.
It really sucked to have
Bro.
to beat yourself up. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I would.
It like get your butt kicked by yourself. It's like that.
Yeah. My 37-year-old self gets beat up by my 20-year-old self.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is you're not going backwards. I've seen people just flip completely. They go from bad they go bad. They go good and then they're bad.
Mm-hmm.
So at least you're going to the side.
Yeah, I've seen people go from good to bad too, unfortunately, and for varying reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in a lot of cases, it's been drugs.
Yeah, that was my case. Like, I actually didn't realize that life was good if you just stopped doing the drugs, and
Yeah.
it just kind of blew me out of the water. It was rough at first, don't get me wrong, but once I got over it, man, life is it's a lot better. You know what I mean? Like, there isn't a bad day me being sober that compares to like to my best day when I was drinking and doing drugs. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So can I ask you, Roger? Like, were you trying to mask something? I usually think that
I just wanted to get drunk and high. I mean, everybody always talks about that shit. Like I mean, dude, that was the whole purpose for me. Like, it was to get drunk and get high. I mean, and I have a friend named Jaffe that does a talk show and everything, and I was talking to him about it. And like, everybody has like this misconception that freaking like alcoholics and drug addicts have like this horrible freaking underlying problem, you know what I mean? But the truth is they just want to get drunk and high.
There's some that want to self-medicate, but there's others that just want to get drunk and high and they like it.
yeah,
They just get
like Austin's father, well, my husband, well, he had some really traumatic childhood issues and he never really worked through them.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he was fine, but I really don't think he was. But for years, but then as he was going through midlife and stuff, and his father passed away, and it seemed like it all back in. It was like a flood.
Hmm.
And all these things he hadn't dealt with, he was trying to deal with. And he wasn't where he wanted to be in his life. And so he was started taking the painkillers more. And, I think,
Hmm.
you know, um, sometimes it's because you let things build up that and you don't you don't solve them and through as you go through life.
That's
There's many
Yeah, I mean,
reasons, but I've seen people like, you
yeah.
know,
Yeah, I mean,
but
and it
I
is an issue. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I had a lot of fucked up things in my head going on too. You know what I mean? But at the time when I was doing the drugs and the alcohol, I mean, the last thing on my mind was all the freaking fucked up shit that was happening in my or happened in my life. You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right.
and
Well,
like,
that's what it does. It does numb that stuff. So
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, and like people talk about like drinking 2 or 3 beers, dude. I didn't even know what the freaking concept of drinking 2 beers was. It's
Yeah,
like
what's that?
I was like, dude. I mean, you're not supposed to black out when you freaking drink. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like people would tell me that, and I'd be like, oh hell no, dude. Freaking, you're supposed to black out and act like a fool. You know? Like,
Wow.
I
But
mean,
I think some people just like the feeling. It just gives them a they like it. But then you start
that was
realizing you
me.
start to feel so bad. Get
yeah.
older, you start feeling bad.
So
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, for me, I mean, I liked the feeling at one time, but as time went on, the feeling started getting pretty bad with just about everything I did, and that was when I started getting away from the whole scene
mhm.
myself. But
Now, on that division and diversion, we kind of talked about it, but you didn't. We did. I didn't ask you what inspired you and stuff to do it, and give a background on it. Do you want to tell a little bit about what inspired you to do that song?
yeah, basically, it you look at you look at the media and they're always trying to do two things to everybody. If they can't divide people using politics, they'll just divert them with shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you look at the media and the culture they create, and it's always a culture of division based on politics on the one hand, but it's also coupled by useless celebrity gossip and just bullshit to distract people from what's really going on. And then sometimes the stories they're telling and the politics they're talking about are in themselves a distraction. So if they can't divide you over political matters, they'll just divert you with shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So they can distract you from, the powers that be can distract you from what it is they're doing to you. That's basically what that song's about. And I wrote that one over years of just seeing shit on the news.
Yeah.
It was basically that song is basically what it all boiled down to for me.
I had to finally give up on the news. Like, I don't watch it anymore. And a lot of people say, well, you're not informed and everything. I'm like, why would you want to be informed about that shit? I mean, seriously, why would you even want to be informed about that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and how informed? Well, too, how informed could you actually be when half of it's not even news so much as it is just like propaganda?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
so there's that too. I mean, how informed are you actually? I mean, yeah, I
Exactly.
want to keep up with what's going on in the world and how it might affect me, but I don't. But I try to do a little bit of digging. I don't just look at the media and say, "Oh, what they're telling me is automatically true because this is the media." I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because how informed would I really be then?
Yeah,
You know, I wouldn't be informed.
at all. I agree with you on
No.
that 100%. Now, I put the links and everything to your YouTube channel and on your Minds channel into the streams that I did. Now, I couldn't do it on the YouTube channel because we just started it for Home Away from YouTube. Now I've got you on the server. I guess it's what you call it, on Discord that Bob Dub made for me, and I sent an invite on there to if you want to join Home Away from YouTube. It's generally a gaming thing, but we've been going into more things like what we're doing here, getting into art and music and entertainment and stuff like that. You know, because that's what we want to do. But if you want to join in on it, I noticed your mom did. So,
Just a
hold on. If you want to come in there too, man, I mean we can keep track of you, make sure you're behaving.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
What did you say, Summer?
I said there's a lot going on with that, but yeah. There, did you get back? Did you hear what he said?
that server's got a lot of different stuff on it. It's got like a fur babies channel, and it's got a there was a
So you went in there and checked it out?
I was looking through pictures of kittens and puppies and shit.
Yeah, it's got a lot of interesting stuff. So there's a lot of stuff on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Sammy Bug, she's the one who started it, but she's the one she turned it over to Zach. And Zach's a pretty cool guy. You know what I mean? He's somebody that you'd really like to get to know. He's from England, and he did a mix for us on Rumble last week. So I don't know if you got to see that or not, but he's a pretty interesting guy.
No, to listen to that, I meant to listen to that. So I need to.
Many people from England and stuff. How's John? I haven't heard anything from him, but he's on a whole different time thing.
Yeah. Now John, he has he has some issues going on where he has to stay and watch over his son. His son is autistic.
Yeah.
And he ended up having to stay home from school because of some issues at school, so he's got to stay there with him and help take care of him and everything. So kind of cramps his time on the internet and streaming and stuff. So, but he is coming back. It's just going to take him a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
Yeah, I am too. He's getting too quiet. When he does that, I kind of get nervous about it because he gets real quiet and he doesn't want to talk very much. You know what I mean? So, but the good news is he started like sending me shitloads of like links to free video games. So I know he's somewhere doing something good if he's sending me like free links to video games, because that's what he loves doing to me. You know what I mean? He'll send me all these links.
It's kind of helping him.
Yeah. Gets on.
It's helping keep him.
Oh,
He's bouncing.
I'm sure it's real distracting, having to watch his son and do stuff. It's just real. You just really can't do it very well.
Yeah. Well, he's also. I mean, he's got a son that needs special attention too. You know what I mean? And I know that has to cause some stress on him. So.
Yeah, and I know my daughter was trying to work from home with her son, and she said it's just she finally has him in daycare now a little bit because she's like, I can't focus. It's real hard. She said my attention's all over the place, and it's not as easy as it seems. So when you got something that starts crying, or everything's going every which way, it's really difficult to focus in on a podcast or anything like that, or interviewing.
Yeah.
Are you
So,
back?
Austin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. My audio went out for a second there. I was saying something and then I couldn't hear you guys anymore.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember what it was you were saying?
I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. I was saying uh, that video games, those video game things he's sending you. That's a good sign because that's something he's doing to. It's helping keep him from getting too depressed and
Yeah,
too discouraged. So that's a very good sign.
yeah, I think so too.
And yeah, because I haven't heard nothing from him in the longest time. I probably be a good idea for me to just write him, see how he's doing.
Yeah. Well, we've pretty much covered all the questions and everything. Is there anything you want to add that you want to say or?
Um, that's the best. That's a really good question. Because I won't be able to think of anything right now. But then after this is over, I'll be like, oh man, I should have said that. But I don't think so. I think we just about covered. We just
Yeah, I I I believe we need to uh, get off of here before this thing just completely collapses on us because you're popping in and out. So it might be a good idea to do that. You know, he could be still on. You heard all that, right?
you,
Oh.
no, I lost you there for a minute again.
Yeah, with the way
Oh,
things are popping in and out, it's probably
I
best
went
to
away.
just get off of it, and we can do it later on. And I'd like to have you on more. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
this isn't the only time. This is just an after show where we're hanging out and talking about the stream and everything. And it's like I said too. Sorry about
Yeah,
the
I,
mixes not being as great as what they could have been, but.
I mean, you're just getting back into it again. So I mean,
Yeah, I haven't
don't beat yourself up too bad.
I haven't done that shit for like almost 15 years, man. I mean, my
Yeah,
it's been a while. So,
That's a long time.
yeah. Well, you don't forget it though. That's the thing. You just and it's two different styles. Now it's easier actually because there's a computer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of the stuff that's on there I just have to get the hang of and do it all over again and stuff and start over. So,
but you did pretty good. The first time out.
I appreciate
So
it. And Bob Dub, I use Bob Dub and Vincent and also Julian's voices at the beginning of that. So
Oh, that's cool.
I had them do.
yeah, that was cool. I liked that prayer piece that Bob Dub did.
Yeah.
That was badass.
And she doesn't think that she has like an awesome voice, dude.
But she does.
She does. I mean, she has an awesome voice. Like I tell her, like out of everybody, I want you to be the one reading my stuff. So, but
He went back.
he's gone.
He'll be there.
He'll be back. He's
I don't
working on it.
going back and forth.
He's
don't
the
know.
champion. He's the champion. We're rooting for you. We're
Dave-
rooting for you. Come on, you could.
I'll wait for me to get back in.
Yeah.
It says unstable internet connection on my
Knocked out.
Hmm. Well, before you get knocked out again,
I think it might be.
It might be this weather.
yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was getting ready to say. Before you get knocked out again, say goodbye to your fans and all the good stuff. So,
Goodbye.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching the stream, and I'm looking forward to doing it again very soon. Take it easy and God bless.
you too, and thank you. I will get
You're
off
welcome.
here. I'll get off here and leave you.